International Male Solo Artist goes to Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber!
Justin Bieber!
Justin Bieber, a young boy thrust into the spotlight with one iconic song.
He's not just a celebrity, he's Justin Bieber.
Fame, wealth, and chaos followed as Bieber fever swept the world. He was just a teenage Canadian boy in America, living his American dreams, having fun in a world of his own.
I mean, I'm having fun, teenage boy, just like on the road, having, fun.
He was on top of everything, and at one point, it felt like the whole world chanted his name. But beneath all the fame and glittering facade of Hollywood, there was a version of Justin that never got to live a life of his own.
How do you manage to actually still live a life?
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn.
In the glittering world of music, Justin Bieber appeared to have it all. His global influence was undeniable. Massive fame, fortune beyond measure, and a life that many only dream of. From winning the Artist of the Year to captivating fans worldwide, Justin had conquered it all.
Congratulations, Justin!
Thank you so much, everybody. This means a lot to me. Thank you.
And somewhere along the way, he also won the most valuable thing in his life, his true love.
It's my daughter, Haley. The third song.
His love story with Haley was something straight out of a fairy tale. Wholesome, loyal, and straight up beautiful. And the arrival of his son, Jack, in August 2024, added yet another crown to his already impressive kingdom. From the outside, it seemed like the perfect life. But just as every hero's journey begins, the story soon revealed the cracks in this seemingly perfect world.
Justin Bieber is arrested by cops in Canada following an altercation with paparazzi.
Last week, the singer was arrested in Miami for allegedly drag racing, driving under the influence, and resisting arrest, all misdemeanors. Bieber's attorneys pleaded not guilty on Wednesday.
I started valuing the wrong things in this business because there was things dangling in front of me. I think that I was just, living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
He faced multiple arrests, DUIs, wild behavior, and charges that felt impossible to be tied to someone like him.
How are you?
I'm tired. I'm good.
Let me look at you.
And then came the real breaking point.
Justin Bieber revealing on social media that he has been diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome.
As you can see, this eye is not blinking.
It is a rare neurological complication from a viral infection.
So Ramsay-Hunt syndrome is caused by the reactivation of the varicella-zoster virus.
Justin was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, a condition that not only affected his physical health, but also served as a wake-up call for his spirit. The disease wasn't just a medical challenge, it was a message, a call to pause, to reconsider the path he had.
But obviously my body's telling me I gotta slow down.
It was as if the universe itself was pushing him to reflect on his life. At first, Justin tried to push through. He was determined to return to the stage, to continue living the life that had defined him for so long. But something changed.
It's a no-brainer for Justin Bieber. He is taking a break from touring, saying he needs to address, quote, deep-rooted issues.
But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted.
His role as a father, the responsibility of being a steady presence for his son, made it impossible to ignore his internal struggles. He couldn't continue down the same path. His old world, his old way of life was no longer an option. The hero's journey had begun, not just on stage, but within. In this moment, Justin Bieber stood at the crossroads of his own transformation, a journey that would challenge not just his physical limits, but his understanding of what it means to be whole. The story took an unexpected turn as Justin Bieber's carefully crafted world, the one that seemed so perfect on the outside, began to crumble.
Made some mistakes over the past year.
It was as if the walls of his kingdom began to crumble, revealing the raw, unfiltered reality behind the glitz and glamour. His behavior grew increasingly erratic. marked by tense confrontations with the paparazzi.
Fuck you say? You heard what I said, man. What'd you say?
You heard what I fucking said, mate.
How do you think it's going with you in my fucking face? Get out of my face.
On the sidewalk. Get off.
Oh my God! You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
We're on the sidewalk, Joseph.
I don't give a fuck if you're on the sidewalk.
A series of cryptic social media posts and a chorus of public concern. The perfect life he once projected was no longer his own to control. It was during this chaos when a painful rupture in a long-standing friendship happened, severed by a single text message. In this vulnerable moment, he planted a flag in his own hurt, defending his anger as a rightful response to the trauma he had been enduring. This was more than just a public fallout. It was a raw lesson in trust, boundaries, and the hard truth that not everyone in your life will stand by you when the storm hits. Then came the deepest part of his ordeal, the emotional abyss. Ironically, this darkness unfolded on Father's Day, a time meant to celebrate his newfound role as a father. But instead of joy, this weekend became a painful reckoning. On this day, Justin admitted what he had been running from. I know I'm broken. I know I have anger issues. For a man who built his empire on talent and self-sufficiency, this admission felt like the death of the self-made man. This moment of public surrender echoed the powerful words of 2 Corinthians 12, 9, 10. My power is made perfect in weakness. Justin's years of trying to hold everything together had only left him exhausted and angry. But in his brokenness, he unknowingly made space for a power beyond himself to enter, offering a chance for true healing and transformation. Having died to his old self, Justin Bieber was now reborn. His transformation no longer just physical but spiritual. He found his reward in the very depth of his struggle, a revelation that changed everything. The breakthrough he experienced wasn't a new strategy to fix himself. It was a complete reorientation of his purpose. In the darkness of his journey, Justin discovered that life wasn't about the exhausting work of self-preservation. The real purpose came from a life of service, grounded in faith. As he put it, Jesus is the only person who keeps me wanting to make my life about others. This newfound understanding marked the beginning of his return to the ordinary world, but Justin was no longer the same. He was resurrected, not in the sense of returning to the life he had known, but in a new form. The exhaustion and weariness that once defined him were no longer his burdens to bear. His journey of self-reliance had ended, and in its place he embraced a new strength. A strength that didn't come from trying harder, but from surrendering. The shift in his perspective is deeply echoed in the scripture of Isaiah 40, 31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Bieber's words, born from his own weariness, resonated with this ancient promise. The strength he discovered wasn't about personal achievement or willpower. It was a result of letting go, of waiting, and of trusting in something bigger than himself. His return was not only a personal victory, but also a message for the world. The hero's journey is never just about the individual. It's about what they bring back to their village. For Justin, the message he shared was clear. True strength is not found in self-reliance, but in surrender. The breaking point that once seemed like his lowest moment became instead the breakthrough, not just for him, but for anyone watching who had carried the same heavy weight. In surrendering, he found freedom, and with it, the ability to live for others, fueled by faith. So here's the question for you. What if true strength isn't found in your ability to keep pushing? What if it's found in the courage to surrender and trust in something greater than yourself? Justin's story shows us that real transformation happens when we let go of the need to be perfect, when we stop relying on our own strength and start embracing faith. His breakthrough didn't come from trying harder. It came from leaning into the strength that only faith can provide. Maybe you've been carrying a heavy weight. Maybe you've been trying to hold everything together. But just like Justin, you don't have to do it alone. Here on Belief Unfiltered, we tell real stories, raw testimonies, honest struggles. and the unexpected ways God shows up in all of it. Let's be the change we need. Let's find strength not in our own power, but in letting go, in trusting, and in living for others. As Justin said, Jesus is the only person who keeps me wanting to make my life about others. You have a purpose. You have a testimony. Let's discover it together.